Hey guys, it's me, Sam, or Blondie101, whatever you want to call me. My YouTube channel says Blondie101, and same with my origin. Um, so today, well, actually, it was over the summertime I built this. This is a compact Japanese style home, or apartments, I should say. They're actually apartments. And I was actually inspired by this YouTuber. I think his name is Devon Bumpkin. I'm not entirely sure if I'm pronouncing that right though, and I'm pretty sure I massacred his name, so please don't judge me. I'm sure of those who are watching this um, understand who I'm talking about or know who I'm talking about. He does these like really elaborate builds that probably take him hours and hours just to build beautiful places, homes. I think I've seen a couple like he does schools and stuff like that. Like I think he calls them high schools or something like that, eco-friendly and stuff like that. Beautiful homes. I absolutely love them. So I was inspired to do this build because of him. Um, yeah, so I absolutely love the way that this turned out to be. I do not keep that gating around the pool because I did want to make it more like pond-like, and then I realized ponds aren't very narrow like that or straight. I mean, they can be like man-made, but as you can see, like right then and there, I kind of just, switched from very narrow to kind of like jaggedish. That was because I was actually playing around with it and I didn't really know how I wanted it to be. So that was indeed not recorded because it did take me a solid hour, which is kind of embarrassing to admit, but yes, it took me an hour to figure out the pond. And I just stopped recording because I was not going to waste everyone's time with that stuff. Um, what can I say? I am terrible at this stuff. I think most builds probably take me a couple of hours. I did a sexy colonial though. That one probably took me about 5 hours. I am not good at building. I am absolutely crap. But you know what? If I take my time, they actually turn out really nice. So eventually I will be good like Little Simsy, Deligracy, Hatsy, Urban Sims, where like I don't take all of your free time or all of my free time. Why did I say your free time? Probably because you're sitting here listening to my awful voice, but hi, you're listening for a reason, am I right? At least I hope so. Um, so yeah. This is a very Japanese theme style house. Like I said, I was inspired by another YouTuber. I was actually inspired by a lot of YouTubers doing this. Specifically, Little Simsy. She was my biggest inspiration to even start a YouTube channel. And then I got to thinking, I want to be on the radio. So, you know what? Having a social media account where I talk to people is probably not a bad idea. So, thank you, Little Simsy, for being my inspiration and even just giving me like the confidence that you know people would might or might not listen to me. Um, yeah, so cute little house. The whole purpose of a compact house is for like they're kind of like studio apartments in America. That would be the best way to describe a compact Japanese house in my eyes. Very small, um, usually one little closed off room, which is typically the bathroom. And for obvious purposes, if you have like two Sims or whatever living in one of these, or even two people, you would want privacy using the restroom. So I mean that one's kind of like a no-brainer, I guess, technically. And those little things I'm putting up, I don't know what they're really called. I'm assuming they're room dividers. I have no idea. I don't know, to be honest. I think they're room dividers. They come in three separate sizes. You can find them in the um like the little like separate room areas where you have like the kitchen stuff and you click on the counters and you have all of your choices for counters. You can find it in the fruit bowl section with all the other dividers. Weird? Yes, absolutely. Do I have any other way to describe this? No, not really. Terrible, absolutely terrible. So yeah. Also, you are going to experience a lot of word vomit today because I have been nothing but an awkward mess, including even at my job. See? Word vomit. That didn't even really make sense in English grammar. Including at my job, it was just nothing but word vomit. I worked in the deli section today, so I was talking to the customers as I was making their sandwiches, and I'm pretty sure half of them just wanted me to shut up, just completely just stop talking. Although I did have two that really did like me talking to them, which was nice. They hold the conversation very well, and wanting to be in radio, it's nice being able to just talk. So, um, so yeah, I did this compact house because I have three female Sims in the new LP that I want to start eventually. I want to get better editing software before I start that though, um, for a lot of different reasons. Primarily because the one I'm using right now is not the greatest. Absolutely not the greatest. Um, I like Narrow better. I'm using Filmora right now, and I really like Narrow. Narrow has always been in my heart, so maybe that's just because growing up that's what I used in like school and stuff like that, because I was in my broadcasting program in high school. Maybe that's why. I have no idea. That's just what I want to use. So, yeah. This is the bottom floor uh, given to Tyra Van Horn. She's kind of like your um, musical, kind of artsy sim, kind of like dark and mysterious, which is how I've always imagined her. Um, I should probably elaborate on always imagined her. All of my like not all of my LPs. This LP, all of my Sims, I used to play as like My Little Pet Shop when I was younger. So I always had like a way of how they all looked. And I always recreated that in The Sims. So, Sims 2, Sims 3, now The Sims 4. I never played the actual Sims though, like the original. Um, I played it once with my cousin, and I saw the Grim Reaper, and it was like 11 o'clock at night, and we we killed our Sims and just wanted to see the Grim Reaper and got freaked out, and didn't really play The Sims 1 after that for some reason. Um, but I did love The Sims 2. I actually like The Sims 2 a lot more than The Sims 3 for whatever reason. I had a hard time getting into The Sims 3. Eventually I did switch over though, but by the time I switched over, The Sims 4 came out, so it was kind of more like I did a transition from The Sims 2 to The Sims 3, or Sims 4, I mean. So yeah. So I've had like these characters imagined since I was like 8, with like their personalities and stuff like that. And obviously, like as I've grown, they've grown. They have more depth into them. They have more reason and personality, and like the way their life is supposed to be has been more you know sanded out, polished up type of thing. Obviously, I'm not making these primarily strictly from when I was 8 when I first created these characters. Obviously, I have grown and they have grown with me. Um, So yeah, I may be weird like that, but for this LP, these are all basically from the original 8-year-old design of them. Um, but Tyra falls in love with Iggy, and he is in a different household. He has two sisters and a brother. He's actually the adopted child, which is why he looks much far different from the other three. There's actually another sister, but I didn't really feel like creating her. Maybe I will and add them to the family. I haven't quite decided yet. Of course, if I do, there will be a video and you will be notified if that happens. So she's a very evil person though, and I don't know why, but for whatever reason, I'm just not in the mood for making evil Sims right now. So that, and she doesn't have a lot of character dynamic to her either. I just never really thought of her because she was never really there. She was just kind of like that like background character. Like in like TV shows and animes and movies and stuff like that, you have like all of your background characters that have like very minor roles. That's what she was to me. Sorry, not sorry. You're kind of mean. I don't really like you. Um, so yeah. Um, so the bottom floor is Tyra. The middle floor or the ground floor is not Alex. Stacy. She's a little farm girl who lives in the city and is just kind of coping with everything. She actually doesn't really become a character until later in the series, just because that's just when she pops up. But I didn't want her to give her her own home, so she's gonna know everyone now in my LP. So, well, she's gonna know the girls now, because when I originally played, she knew all of the girls, but not the guys, and she meets the guys later. So, yeah. And then the top floor is uh, Alex. Her full name is Alexandria, but I don't got the time to type all that out. Maybe I'm just super lazy, but that's just who I am. So I'm a very lazy person. So her name is just Alex. They never called her Alexandria. It's always just been Alex. I don't really think anyone knows her real name, if I remember correctly. So I mean, it kind of makes sense just to like, you know, just name her Alex, and then be like, haha, my name is Alexandria, but you didn't know. Yeah. I don't know if I told you this or not, but I'm having like severe word vomit today. It just comes out, and I don't know how to stop it. It's just bleh, 24/7 today. I mean, I guess 24/1 technically. It's only been today. It hasn't even really been 24 hours. I've been up for like 13 and a half now. It's like 11:30 p.m. where I'm at right now, and I woke up at 10 a.m. So, um, yeah, I like to sleep late. Call me a rebel. I have class at 10, but today I didn't, so that's nice. Um, so yeah, these houses were inspired by other YouTubers. Um, I don't really know how else to go with this. And I talked about everything on my list to help me keep on track because it's been awful today. I re-recorded this about 10 times by now, and I don't remember everything that I talked about or what I have said. So, but yeah, if you're watching this, thank you for stopping by. I hope you enjoy this. Hopefully, I am not that annoying. I know I can be. Um, and for my few subscribers, shout out to work since you're all from work. Heyo. Um, I love my job. I love everyone there. I would consider um, all of them, if not most of them. I don't know if they consider me a friend, but I consider them friends. Uh, a big deal about liking where you work is liking the people that you work with, and if I enjoy my company there, then I would consider them a friend or a very good acquaintance, which at that point would just be a friend in my eyes. So thank you if you guys are watching and getting my views up. Shout out to you, work friends. Um, and for those of you who are new to my channel, hello, this is Always Awkward, and I will be your host for the night, or evening, or day, or whenever you're watching this. I will just be your host for this video. And every video you watch that stars me. Um, yeah, so today has been interesting. I worked in the deli today, and I really hate the smell of lunch meat. Like, it is the worst smell of my entire life, and I just hate it so much. So much. I just hate lunch meat. And I don't know why. I just can't get over the smell. Sometimes I eat ham, but I usually like to eat cheese, and I'm lactose intolerant, and a sandwich isn't warranted a lactate. Since I'm lactose intolerant, I have to eat lactates with all of my dairy products. It's gotten worse through the years, so I mean I kind of don't really have a choice. But yeah, a sandwich just usually isn't worth taking a lactate for. Um, I don't know why. I just maybe because I don't really like sandwiches that much, so I mean that would primarily make sense to me. But yeah, I don't like, you know, eating sandwiches. It's just not worth it in my eyes. Not at all. Not at all. Um, so yeah, this is the ground floor. Um, So back to the build, of course. I realized I just did a really hard switch right there. Back to the build real fast. Yes, if you are watching this and you have paid attention and you're not just cringing over my voice, you did watch me go from the bottom floor to the top floor to the ground floor. I think it was because in between floors, I looked at the middle floor or whatever, and I was like, I don't know how to design this one, and you know what? It's just how it's gonna be. So I skipped over it until I figured it out. And I don't know if I actually figured out on camera or not, but yeah, I didn't figure that out on camera at all. Because originally I wasn't gonna put those appliances in front of the window, and then I was like, I don't have anywhere else to put them, so there it goes. And that's what I did. Yep, that's exactly what I did. Just one big mess. That is me. So yeah, this is Stacy's room, um, or house apartment area. Um, Country stylish. I'm losing my train of thought for whatever reason, and it's awful. It feels like it's been like this all day. It's like I can't really think straight today, and I have no idea why. But yeah, she's in the middle floor. Um, I did more of a, I don't really know anymore to be honest. I did this like over the summertime, and I'm just now like editing and recording everything because I realized, hey, I did this video or build, and you know what? I also recorded it, and why have I not done the video yet? I'm finding a lot of film actually that I have already pre-recorded, and I'm just keep building and keep recording things, and I keep thinking, ah, I'll edit it later. I don't ever get around to it, so it's just been sitting on my computer. I actually have to go through and clean up all these extra videos and stuff like that. Um, because sometimes I start a build and then I realize, you know what, this is a dumb build. Why am I doing this? Well, not necessarily a dumb build, but it's just kind of like, why am I doing this to myself? I don't want to build this, and I'm just forcing myself to. And it's kind of like forcing a child to eat peas. Like, I hate peas. So, like, whenever my parents try to, like, force me to eat peas, I just sat there and sat there. Like, you weren't allowed to leave the kitchen table until you, like, finished your dinner. I would literally sit there until they told me to go to bed because I would not eat my peas. Eventually, they stopped serving it to me because they realized, like, okay, she'd rather sit there than eat peas. Time to give that up. So, I do have a lot of those videos where it's like I started building a house and then I just kind of stopped and I was like, screw this, and went to go do something else. So, I have to go through all my videos and delete some. That is a for sure thing. Yep. All I'm thinking about is food right now. I'm actually really hungry. It's 11:30 at night and I'm just starving. Well, yeah, I don't really feel like telling you the exact time. It's approximately 11:30. It's in that range. So, yeah, you can imagine that. I mean, I haven't eaten since like 2 this afternoon. So it's just kind of like, boy, whew, I'm hungry. Um, and it is um about that time for me in the United States. I'm from Michigan, so for those of you listening, that is where I am from. I'm not going to give you exactly where that is, or where I'm exactly from, I should say, technically. But I am in the Michigan, was that like Eastern Hemisphere time zone or something like that? Pacific time zone? Pacific. I don't really know. I just kind of live here. I want to move to Canada. That'd be nice. I would enjoy that. Yep. So, oh, here's the gardening stuff. Aw, I've grown so much since that. When I first started doing sim houses, I never gardened. My lots looked very plain. Very plain. And I've grown a lot. Like, this is the first time I did a lot of gardening back in the summertime. And now it's like I have really beautiful gardens. I've grown. See? Development. Human development or character development, depending how you look at it. I like to think character development. It just sounds nicer than human development. Character development. I've had a lot of character development. Yes, very much so. This is about the end of the gardening. I'm putting in the bamboo trees and the last little bit of the gardening, which means the music's about to start. So, like, subscribe, do all those great things that you can do for me. Come back again next week, and I will see you all later. Bye.